Alrighty guys, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take you in for a closer look at my setup, show you how I set up my kayak, everything I do with it, things I've added, things I'm going to be added, some future things, and there, let's check them out. Alright, now the one thing I'm going to tell you about this kayak is she is definitely a heavy girl. And once you have it fully loaded and you need to move this around, even if you have two people, one in the front, one in the back trying to carry it, it's heavy. So I made a kayak cart. This probably is heavier duty than half the kayak carts you can buy. Wilderness System has one that is an awesome kayak cart, but this is a homemade one out of PVC, and it makes moving this kayak around super easy. All you gotta do is lift up the handle and pull around, and moving her is a breeze. I've moved it over concrete, I've moved it over rocks, over dirt, basically anything you could think of. It's not strapped on, and yeah, it works great. The weight of the kayak just sits right on this cart and makes moving an absolute breeze. So I definitely recommend for this kayak, make or purchase a kayak cart for it. All right, so what I guess I'm going to do is I'm going to work from the back of the kayak. I'll make my way forward, but this is my next thing, my kayak crate. Now I sit this literally right behind where my seat would go, in this space right here, and all I do is I take and I strap it in here with the bungees like that. I have 3 rod holders mounted on here on the back of it, in which I usually bring 2 or 3 extra rods with me, and I keep this net with it. I'm gonna link everything that I use in this video here in my description too, or at the end of this video I'll link some of these other videos. Like I'll link the video for this crate and some of the other things I'm going to show you. But so this would be the next thing I use. For right now I have it basically empty, but I do usually keep some tackle in there and my spare rods. Now what's cool about the cart is that I made, and about this in general, is you have a ton of space behind this crate. So what I basically do is I take my kayak cart here, I throw that in my crate, and I just stick this in the back here like that, and that is where I keep my wheels or my cart for my kayak. So I've got my cart and I have my crate. Again, this is a crate that I made. Check it out. It works absolutely awesome. Fits in here perfect. Very cheap option. Much better and nicer, in my opinion, than just a regular milk crate. But yeah, super easy to make. And this is the rear part of it so far. So let's move forward. Now, alongside where my seat would be, I have a video on this as well. This is a USB panel that I installed, which allows me to charge my cell phone, charge a GoPro, whatever else I need. Works on this on-off switch here. You can see it all lit up. It's going to display my voltage of what I have hooked up to my battery. I'll show you where the battery is located in a little bit. But again, just a simple USB panel install. Nothing crazy there. I am going to be doing the electronics over a little bit. Going to be going a little bit of a different route, but I will be keeping this USB panel here. But I'm going to be doing an upgrade in a future video coming. Okay, now for under the seat storage, I basically have a junk drawer, and what I keep in here is usually some bug spray, some sunblock, some fishing stuff clipped on, like a wacky rig tool here. Anybody that knows me knows I love fishing wacky rigs. I keep some extra fishing stuff in here, pair of pliers, measuring tape, but that I store all right underneath the seat, and as you can see, that fits absolutely perfect under there. And I have a video on this as well. These will all be linked again in the description. So that is the seat. The seats on these are absolutely awesome. They move forward and backwards, and yeah, that's that part of it. All right, so you'll notice I have a couple Yakhacker lock and load mounts here. On this side, I use the Yakhacker Omega Pro. This is an awesome rod holder. If you don't have one, recommend you definitely get one. It's by far the best mounting rod holder I've used on here. And again, Yakhacker makes such a good product. These things just are so super durable and just so well thought of and made. So you don't know anything about the Omega Pro rod holder, your rod slides in there, then it's got this collar you can twist, and that essentially locks your rod in there so it cannot come out of there. So it's basically it's locked into your kayak. So just an awesome product that I use on here. On the other side, I have my mount for um, my fish finder. So that goes there. So as far as electronics go, I am running the Garmin Striker 9SV. Um, for the deal I got on this, I was going to go 7-inch, but the 9-inch was on sale, and I actually got it for the same price as typically what the 7 would be. So I figured, hell, let's just go big. Go big or go home, right? So I went with the Garmin here. That I use there. I have a ball mount here, which is a ram mount. Now, I typically just take this and I'll mount my cell phone there. Um, there is a product that I will be going to, I believe, probably over the winter before next season, and that's Yak Gadget. Yak Gadget makes some awesome products, and what I'm going to do is they have a quad bar that goes from one side to the other. It mounts right up against into your tracks here, and then I think what I'm going to do is at that point is I'm going to mount my Garmin basically right here in the center of it on the track, the quad bar that they have, the system, and then I'll put my cell phone over on there as well. That way it'll free up basically the side of my kayak a little bit, and then I'll put that more over here. I'll still be able to get into the hatch and stuff if I need to. But I think that's the route I'm going to go with that. So stay on the lookout for that. There's also a couple other things. Yak Gadget makes. There's a cup holder I want to get. They have a micro tool tackle tray basically where you can just stick pliers in there and other tools as well. So I think I'm going to get that to mount on here as well. Yak Gadget makes such a great product. They're definitely up and coming, and price wise, I would say they are much less than what Yakhacker is, and similar quality. So check out Yak Gadget. They do definitely make some awesome products. So let's continue forward and check out some more. All right, so here we have our hatch. Obviously, any of you guys that have the Recon 120, you guys know that we have a giant front hatch. Now in here, I do keep, in case if I need it, this is just a cheap setup. Just some line that I got. I actually want to say this is probably from like Walmart or something. And then just a small anchor here that I use and I keep in here if I need to anchor up. I don't typically like to anchor too much, but if I need to, it's here. So I have that I keep in here. Um, I always keep a first aid kit on me. Guys, that's probably an essential thing you should keep just in case fishing, you get hooks, cut, whatever. Um, I keep just, some random stuff, electrical tape, some rags that I have in here, some wet ones, and some zip ties. I keep golf balls in case I want to plug any scupper holes, but I really don't plug them up too much anymore. But that's basically what I keep in the hats. Just a bunch of junk. I do keep some more fishing stuff in here. Typically, I'll throw maybe my box of soft plastics that I have up here, and let's remove this, and I'll show you inside. Okay. Now, another awesome thing you can do is a sponge. I keep this just laying in here. God forbid you get any water in here. This is going to soak it up. You wring it out. Basically, this is going to be your pump like you would have on a boat. So that's how you keep water out of your kayak right there. Dollar store, you get one, get a couple, just throw them in here, and that's it. Now I'll take you around for another look deeper in here, and you can see I have a battery in here. Now this is where I have my USB panel hooked up. This is where I have my fish finder hooked up. I use these plugs. I have videos again on all these. You can go find them. But this is just a 35 amp hour battery that I have in here. I keep it in here. It's up against the inside wall of the kayak. And as you'll see, the bin still fits right in there with no problems. And you still can utilize all this space. So that is that. Alrighty, guys. New product alert. We got the double header with paddle holders by Yakhacker. Got this on Amazon. I'm excited because I've always had a problem with where to put my my paddle. With this Wilderness Recon 120, you have this strap up here in which you can slide your paddle up under and then just kind of drop it next to your seat. No. I was tired of doing that. So, alrighty, guys, let's go over this. How to install this into your track here. So, this is the one piece of your Yakhacker paddle holder here. You're just gonna loosen up this screw. You're gonna see you have two notches here. Basically, you're gonna slide this in. You're gonna line up those little notches inside your track to keep it nice and tight in there. Get it to where you want it. I'm gonna slide it down just a little bit. And then we're gonna tighten this knob up. You can get that nice and snug. You can see it's in there nice and tight, not going to move. Now we're going to take our other two pieces here. These are going to be your paddle holders. These also have screws in the bottom. Just loosen them up to make it easier for you. You're going to slide it right in through here. You're going to spin it around to tighten it up. Go a little bit more. You don't want to go too crazy. Again, this is just plastic, but we'll loosen up the other one. We will take it. We will slide it into this track right here. Into position. We will tighten this one up. And that is it. Installed. Now, we take our paddle. We clip it in here like so. And you have your two bungees here with a hook on the other side. And that'll lock your paddle in there. This is going nowhere. That's it. Now, you don't want it sticking off the side of your kayak. What you can do is loosen this up. Whoop, loosened it too much. But you can just turn it to the inside of your kayak when you're, let's see, here we go. Didn't want to take the knob off. You don't have to take the knob off. But you get those two notches lined up inside your track. That locks it in place. But you can just loosen this knob up a little bit. Take it, spin it around, and keep it in the inside of your kayak to kind of keep it out of the way so that, you know, if you lay it down on the side accidentally, you're not worrying about that breaking off or anything like that. So that's the Yakhacker double header. And now our paddle can just lock into place right here. Out of the way. Thank God. It's exactly what I've been needing. And we have two bungees here that you can lock over your paddle just so that does not accidentally fall out, which this clips in really tight. It's not going to accidentally fall out. But that is a product that you definitely need. It'll definitely make your life much easier on your kayak and keep your cockpit area in here just completely free. So Again, cheaper than the Yakhacker one, and definitely made very nice. Again, Yakhacker, check it out. Link will be down in the description on that. But that is a paddle holder as well on the kayak. All right. So what's going to be new for my kayak for 2025? Well, I can tell you there's going to be quite a few things. One, I do want to get that quad bar for my kayak that runs from, like I said, rail to rail over here by Yak Gadget, and that's going to allow me to mount my electronics in the middle of my kayak up front instead of off to the side. They make it in like 3 different sizes. This is a wide kayak, so I'm going to need the largest size, which I think is 35 inches, and that's number one. Number two is I'm going to definitely check out a couple more of their products. One, their cup holder that they have, their little tool organizer that they have as well. That's 2 of the other things I want to get. I'm going to redo my electronics on the kayak. Now, I mentioned earlier that it's going to be getting a little revamping. Well, I'm going to be going with the Yak Power, the power system, power panel for it, which is going to allow me to basically, off of one panel, run basically my lights, my fish finders, my USB, any electronic I want to run, but it's going to be in one system, and it's all just plug and play, super easy. That's what I'm going to be doing because I do need to install. Again, I use this for duck hunting as well as for fishing, so I need to install some navigation lights in the front, which I am thinking of going the Yakhacker button lights up front. 2 greens, 2 reds. I don't know if I'm going to do an LED strip. Maybe. I don't know, but that's not a bad install. It'll be very easy with that Yakhacker power panel. A couple other things I'm going to be doing is you're going to finally be motorizing this kayak. I have a Newport Vessels 36-pound trolling motor here. We're going to be doing a mount on the back of the kayak. I cannot wait. It's another reason why I got this Yakhacker. I'm sorry, Yakhacker paddle holder, because it's going to keep my paddle up to the side if I need it. It's here, and we're going to be mounting a trolling motor. The battery that I use in here is just a regular 35 amp hour. It's basically like a lawnmower battery, and it's pretty heavy. We're in the age of lithium. That's where I want to go with this. So I don't know if I'm going to run a 100 amp hour lithium battery in the back for the motor, and maybe a smaller 35 amp lithium one up front just for the electronics and stuff like that. But that I'll figure out. But that is it. So this is my setup. This is what I run when I'm out fishing, and it works for me. So everything I need is all right here, and I am never feeling like I'm overwhelmed, or obviously I can go a little crazier. I don't want to. This is exactly what I like. It's not minimalistic, but it's not over the top crazy either. So that's my setup. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Help me get to 1,000. We're getting close because we're going to do a giveaway. And yeah, I'm excited for 2025 and what I'm going to be finishing this kayak up with. But this is the setup. Hope you guys can use some of it. Again, I'll link everything down in my description for you, other videos, as well as some of these products that I use. And if any of them can help you out, I'm glad. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.